Good afternoon. I first would like to address the residents of Paterson, Prospect Park, Haledon, North Haledon, and reassure you that all four mayors of all four municipalities are working together to resolve this situation with the Passaic Valley Water Commission. As you know, it was a major water main break and a pipe that dates back to 1880. And so the operation will take longer as a result of the fact that this is a 140-year-old pipe that we're dealing with. But what we are doing as mayors, as leaders of our respective communities, is that we're creating partnerships, whether it's on the state level, county level, or on the local level. For example, in Paterson, we established a comfort station with portable toilets and shower units. We've also brought in ShopRite to help us distribute water. Speaking of water distribution, we still are distributing water at Ralph DiMarcantonio Park, at North 8th and Oxford. One thing I want to underscore is now is not the time to point fingers. It's time for all hands to be on deck. And that's why the four mayors and I are standing shoulder to shoulder to reassure our residents that we are, just like these crews, working around the clock to do what we can to provide relief for our residents. I'll now open the floor to our senior member of the mayoral community, Mayor Randy George of North Haledon.
Thank you. Thank you, Andre. North Haledon has never experienced anything like this before. Half the town is on the MUA, the other half is private wells. So right now, since Saturday morning, we've been distributing water, and we've been distributing water for toilets. Our police force has stepped up, and we've been delivering thousands and thousands of gallons of water. And the residents are very upset. They're calling me around the clock complaining that they don't have water. The mayor is right. We shouldn't blame anybody today. There'll be plenty of time for that. I just want to encourage all of you to get it out there that all the mayors have been trying their best to get water to the residents, whether it's water for their toilets or water to drink. So I'll pass it on to Mayor Karula from Prospect Park.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mohammed Karula, Mayor of Prospect Park. First of all, I want to thank Mayor Sayegh for bringing us together to show that we are working together, and we have been working since early on, since the break-in of the water main break. Today I received my first phone call from Jim before 7 o'clock in the morning. So he woke me up, but he was awake way before me on top of things. So I want to thank Passaic Valley Water, Jim, Mr. Murata, Brian Frierson. They've been working with us. I've been in direct contact with the governor's office and the state New Jersey Office of Emergency Management. They're working with us on all the support that we can provide for our communities. Prospect Park has provided a 6,000-gallon tank for our residents every single day, and that is also with the support of Passaic Valley Water Commission. We have opened our local school for bathroom use for our residents, and we're in the process of getting showers as well. Obviously, we urge everybody patience. This is a process that will make things better in the future. You know, I'm optimistic about a better infrastructure in the future, but right now we have to deal with the need. And at this point, I just want to thank everybody who helped, particularly our volunteers. Our residents have been patient, and I want to say thank you to them for understanding that this is beyond our control, but we're dealing with it together. Thank you. And now introduce the Mayor of Haledon, Mr. Johnson.
Greetings, my name is Mayor Michael Johnson from the Borough of Haledon. First and foremost, I would like to thank the mayors specifically, Mayor Andre Sayegh, Mayor Karula, and Mayor George. We've been on the phone with one another, conversing with one another as to how to best tackle the situation at hand. What most upsets me is the fact that we didn't have a contingency plan in place. But again, as Mayor George said, we'll get to that at another time. I can't be more proud and grateful for the fact that Passaic Valley Water has provided water. Rainstone Industries has provided water. There have been many folks, especially our volunteers, our fire department, our police department, our DPW. They have been instrumental in delivering water to those who have been sick or shut in. And we've been doing this round the clock since the mayor said Friday night. Now this is a situation obviously that's not in our municipality. However, we're doing the best that we can with the hand that we have been dealt. At this point in time, we have been receiving water just so that folks can have flushing ability and capability. We're still providing water for our residents at 283 Belmont Avenue, which is on at Belmont Avenue, and that's by Purified Alka Water, who has been a distribution and manufacturing facility for us in town. We have also been receiving water by the pallets from Passaic Valley Water, as well as some private donations as well. That's at 83 Rose Street in Haledon. And unfortunately it is for Haledon residents only, and it's while supplies last at both locations. We'll continue this ongoing efforts from now until we get the all clear. But until that time, I want to say thank you to all the residents who have been patient. We understand at this point in time it's going to be a heat wave, so it's going to be a challenge for us, but it's nothing that we can't handle at this point in time because we have been struck with this just yesterday and today. Again, I ask the patients to continue, our residents to continue to be patient with us as we're working, all four of us, in unison by providing whatever resources that we can. And again, we thank everybody who has been instrumental in helping us along the way. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Before we hear from our Office of Emergency Management Coordinator, I do want to thank local individuals who have stepped up. For example, BD Supermarket on Sherwood Avenue is offering free tap water for the essentials. And I also want to point out that we need to conserve water for those that have it, low pressure. We want to make sure that there's enough that we ultimately are going to replenish for everyone. And that's why I've issued a directive to shut down all of the splash pads and sprinklers for the week. But to elaborate further on our operation is our OEM coordinator, Troy Ayers.
Good afternoon, everybody. So operation will still go forward at North 8th and Oxford Street. We keep giving water out today. Every resident from Haledon or Paterson, residents will get 1 case of water. All you have to do is show your ID. Also, we work with the fire department on some issues. The fire chief will speak about that, some things that we can remedies to come up with. We ask all us Patersonians. We know it's warm outside. The pools are open. Go to the pools. They're open until 9 o'clock tonight. Do not open a fire hydrant. You do not want pressure to drop in the area. If you have any concerns, any questions, you call my office at 1410. All senior sites will get delivery straight to the site. Senior citizens do not have to leave their building. We are bringing water to your facility direct, so we do not want you out in the heat. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you. Coordinator Ayers mentioned fire hydrants. Yesterday, we were able to identify individuals who were foolish enough to open up fire hydrants and quickly notified not only our officer in charge of the police department, but our fire chief, who we'll hear from at this moment, Chief Alex Alisea.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to reassure our residents that we are doing everything we can to bring water in from the outside in the event of a fire, in the event of an emergency. We met with representatives from the Passaic Valley Water Commission this morning, as well from the State Fire Marshal's Office and the County OEM, so that we can put a plan in place to make sure that we mitigate any emergency to the best of our ability. I do want to also reiterate what our coordinator, Troy Harris, said. I do want to caution our residents against opening hydrants. You're just going to deplete our water pressure, and in the event of the emergency, there's going to be absolutely no water for us to put out a fire that we already are going to have issues mitigating. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. And so as you can see, crews are currently working. And we'd like to hear at this time from our Executive Director of the Passaic Valley Water Commission, Mr. Jim Mueller.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you all the mayors from the impacted cities. We continue to work closely with everyone. We have been digging in this area, as the mayor suggested or said, 140-year-old infrastructure. There's about 3 major pipelines that go through here. We've isolated one. The leak is still uncontrolled, so it did not have the required impact that we wanted. We're looking to recharge a line and again trying to get flow out to Paterson as soon as we can. We've also set up temporary pumping in 2 locations in Paterson to move water from an area of high pressure into an area with low pressure or no water. That continues. We have put interconnections in between the town of Hawthorne, so I want to thank them for their cooperation into North Haledon. We're looking to also do that to Prospect Park and Haledon if possible. So that's ongoing, and we continue to work around the clock here to try to figure out which line is leaking and how we can best address it. Like I said, we're in the process of recharging a line that we're hoping we can start delivering water to areas that are currently not getting it. And I can't put a time frame on it right now in terms of when this might be, the repair might be accomplished. So we're still working through that. If there's any questions, I'm happy to take that and turn it over to the mayor. Yeah. So if there's any questions.
Approximately how many people are without water?
So, estimates vary, but 160,000 people in Paterson under boil water. Prospect Park is under a boil water, I believe North Haledon and Haledon as well. So it's upwards of 200,000 people in a boil water. We're starting to get pressure back in certain locations because of the actions we've implemented in cooperation with the cities and the mayors and their staff and other sister utilities. So I'll have to work on the exact estimate of no water. It is a little bit hard to, but it's the higher points in Paterson. Obviously, it's driven by topography. So I'll have to get back to you with the exact estimate. We have seen pressures come up in certain areas, which is positive. So the actions we're taking are having a positive impact. Our first step is to get sanitation, allow people to flush toilets, wash hands, take showers. That's the first step in increasing pressure. And obviously, fire suppression is key. And then we'll get into the potable aspects and trying to lift boil water advisories, probably toward the end of this week or into the weekend for that. So we continue to do everything we can. Again, I can't emphasize enough how, and the utilities also for North Haledon and Haledon, we work very closely with the water companies to coordinate this, whether it's water delivery. We're also still looking for tanker trucks and trying to get more tanker trucks into neighborhoods to deliver water, and we'll continue to do that.
Can you talk about a possible cause of this? I know that might be difficult, but recently we had 2 earthquakes in this area. Could that have anything to do with what's happening?
Yeah, without a doubt, the seismic activity doesn't help. An exact cause. We also have fires that can cause pressure fluctuations. We have other interconnections that can cause that. Certainly, the earthquakes don't help, and it's 140 years old. One of the complicated aspects of it with the 140-year-old infrastructure, we don't even have good, reliable drawings of what's in the ground. It's 20, 30 feet deep. It's not easy to access, so we're not even sure what's there. And that's part of this process we're in of digging down. We're trying to control water so we can further dig down. That's complicated, and just try to get to the point where we can see exactly what's leaking. We still don't have eyes on it, and that's one of the complicated aspects of where you are right now. Those 3 major mains that run through here. There may be an interconnection we're not aware of that was built 120 years ago that we just don't have a record of. So again, we're going through a process of elimination. I'm hoping, based on what we know, we can recharge one of the lines and try to get water out. That may or may not be effective. We'll see as we go. I'm happy to provide updates, and we meet every few hours internally just to bring everybody together. We're meeting with the state, New Jersey DEP, state police, very supportive, and we continue to coordinate on that aspect, as well as with the city of Paterson. I think myself and Mayor Sayegh are probably talking every 15 minutes or so. The other mayors, I'm happy to give you my number. We're also dealing with the water utilities that run those towns. So that's kind of where we are. It's a good question in terms of cause. A lot of it's just age, where it's just an old system. I think the mayor alluded to this the other day. 70% of the pipes in Paterson are over 100 years old, 70%. So that's like 150 miles. It's a pretty vulnerable place to be, and they're great that they lasted that long, so they were made well. But it comes time that it's time for replacement. Passaic Valley has an $800 million capital program that the board approved. That we're in the midst of in design, and we're planning to start bidding jobs in the next few months into next year and beyond. And the infrastructure it couldn't wait, until we had a chance to replace it. So that's ongoing as well. We're in design. Actually, for this location, we're at 30% design on a replacement plan for this very location. It's about a year away. We're going to do everything we can to expedite that, obviously. There's other areas we're focused on as well, just because of the extent of the age of the system and vulnerabilities. So we continue to do that as well. So we're trying to advance on all fronts. But it's a great question. I think a lot of it's just the age. It's time to start replacing, pipe. And we have a program in place to do that. We're just in the middle of ramping that up.
Jim, can either you or Troy address this? If you've got 200,000 residents impacted, what safeguards are in place to make sure that you have enough water to distribute? You don't know when the timeline is going to be. And you mentioned a couple of shops, but just tell us about the safeguards.
Sure. So I'll speak for Passaic Valley, and I'll turn it over to Troy to speak for the city, and other folks can speak about their towns. But we have suppliers. We actually approved last year a contract with a supplier for events like this, and they have been supplying us with water. We have to replenish every day. We don't have like a stockpile. We do. The city of Paterson has been wonderful. The state is now is supporting us, and they've supported us throughout this event, and they're ramping up, and they've actually provided water to some of the towns as well, donations as well. So it's basically an all hands on deck, as the mayor said, in terms of providing water and getting out and doing distribution for the neighborhoods that need it. But I can let Troy or the mayor speak more to Paterson's efforts on water.
So the city of Paterson, not only are we inside of our office, we are on location in North Dave. So we estimate how many pallets we give away every day. So in total, we've given away over 110 pallets of water in the last 4 days. We already ordered 25 pallets for today. We're sending 5 to Heldon, 5 to Prospect Park. We already pre-ordered for tomorrow already. We're going to keep orders. So we have orders going until Friday or Saturday, and they fix this Wednesday, Thursday. I'm just talking hypotheticals. We're still going to give the water away because you're still under boil water advisory. So we're going to keep on working to keep fresh water coming to drink. So even when they do fix it and the boil water advisory is still going on, you can still hydrate. We don't have to worry about you rushing to the store, because right now the surrounding areas, we've cleaned them out.
Thanks, Troy. Thanks, Jim.
So, and Antoine, to your question, to dovetail on the response from OEM coordinator Ayers, we also are delivering to the most vulnerable, meaning our senior citizens. So we've made special deliveries of water. As a matter of fact, this morning on West Broadway, we delivered cases to senior citizens.
So, Mayor, what is the plan to fight fires in the event of an emergency amid this water main break? How are you getting the water into Paterson?
So I'm going to have the fire chief reiterate what he said earlier as far as suppression is concerned and how we're fighting fires.
Currently, we have water tenders in the city from other jurisdictions. We also have engine companies that are practice drafting, which is taking water out of a body of water, and we're bringing more in as we speak. So we are going to have water on the scenes. So in the event of a fire, we're going to be able to mitigate an incident.
You got mutual aid also set up for possible help.
We have, like I reiterated earlier, we had a meeting with representatives from our mutual aid coordinators. Mutual aid is advised. They are at a moment's notice. They will deploy their companies, and they also have some companies in the city already.
Mayor Sayegh, you mentioned the coordinated effort between you and the 3 other impacted mayors. Have you heard from Trenton? Where's Murphy? What is he saying?
Yes, we are in constant communication with the governor's office. Actually, yesterday we were talking to the state police colonel, Pat Callahan. So they're doing their best to get us supplies as well. When it seemed like it was lagging over the weekend, that's when I had to reach out to local leaders like retired fire captain Vic Frierson to get us those portable toilets. And then when we know there was lag time trying to find anything relative to shower units, I reached out to Sharonda Roberts, who actually owns some units. She's a local leader, and we were able to bring her in as well. So like I stated before, it's state, it's county, and it's also local partners that are engaged in this coordination.
Mayor, any events this week impacted? Was there any?
Well, we canceled all 3 New Jersey Jackals games at Hinchcliffe Stadium. So, and it's yet to be determined whether or not this weekend I believe they're home again, so we'll make that determination at the appropriate time. Rich?
What about people who are shut-ins and can't get to the water distribution?
So we've been receiving those types of phone calls, and we've been delivering, like I stated before, the most vulnerable. OEM is coordinating the effort where we will be able to get that. In fact, I delivered to 2 people this morning.
So people should call what? City Hall?
They can call City Hall. We've given the number to Passaic Valley Water Commission, which is 973-340-4300. I've memorized it. And the Paterson Police Department as well. Any other questions?
I'm a city resident now. I don't know for this. I'm a veteran. I live in a veteran building.
Great.
I used 18 people. Building has no water. None. Everybody stopped by there. We got veterans in there that can't get out. You know what I'm saying? I got to fend for me and my
Yeah.
family. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the infrastructure of the city should have been considered before the building started going on. Because we knew the pipe was broke. We knew it was 140 years old. Before the last 10 years, so a substantial amount of building has been going on. Pressure, bust pipe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, sir,
Bring
what-
all these people
yeah.
in,
What we're gonna do
all this
is,
building, you know what I'm saying?
we can speculate on what happened, sir, respectfully. But what I would like to do, offline, we'll have that conversation. We'll make sure we get water to your units.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No further questions. Mayor George would like to provide some more remarks.
Yes, I wanted to assure my residents, our fire chief, AJ Ricciardi, has secured a tanker, and all 4 of our trucks have tanks, and we hold about 2,500 gallons of water. The chief has assured me we could fight any fire that we have. So I wanted the residents to be, know that we're taking care of them. The other thing is, I want to thank everyone who's involved. I've been on the phone constantly with the MUA, Passaic Valley keeps me informed, the mayor, I talked to the other mayors. Everything that can be done is being done, but no one could project it that a 140-year-old pipe was going to break. Now, they're working on it. So my answer to everyone is, let's focus on getting water back, get the service there. But I want to thank my chief, Todd Darby, and the members of the police department who have worked tirelessly Saturday, Sunday, and they're today, and they'll be there tomorrow. I want to thank them. And I want to thank the state. They gave us water. Our local food town, what's the name of it, Todd? Oh, the Fresh Grocer. They gave us water to give to the residents. So everybody has been working together. Today is a positive day because we're actually making headway, and I want to thank the Passaic Valley.
Mr. Mayor, all businesses that need water,
I can't hear you.
so any business that needs water, restaurants, are they
They're all closed.
everything?
All the restaurants are closed for health reasons. One thing I did not mention, our police department is going door to door to seniors, giving them water. They call the North Haledon Police, 423-1111, and we will send officers there with water. Thank you.
Mayor Johnson?
I would like to also reiterate the fact that our police department, our chief, deputy chief, Chief Angelo Danielle, and Deputy Chief George Guzman have been working tirelessly to make sure that our sick and shut-in have been taken care of. They can all call the 973-790-4444, leave their name and address, and we will dedicate 2 cases of water to those residents. Our fire department, led by Chief Tom Baker, has also secured water from their mutual aid, and we have water on standby as well. So rest assured, God forbid something does happen, our police department and our fire department are ready. So I want the residents to know that we have been working tirelessly around the clock since Friday night, making sure that we have those resources. And for the folks who, go on Facebook and stuff like that and add and offer ideas, we have taken all of that into consideration as well. Thank you.
Mayor Gula?
Thank you very much. So this situation has demonstrated to us how old and taught us how old our infrastructure is. So I call on our federal representatives to secure funding to help Passaic Valley Water and other agencies in fixing infrastructure. Prospect Park has been leading in terms of fixing our sewer system, and we understand how old it is. I know it's a different system, but our federal elected officials need to understand this is a great city surrounded by great communities that need funding for fixing the old infrastructure. That being said, this disaster as well showed us the best of our humanity. If you come to Prospect Park, you would have seen 12-year-olds carrying water jugs to cars. So we had many of our community members who volunteered, including children. So it's an opportunity for us to come together and show that we could work together as neighbors, whether it's within the block or within different communities. Outside of that, again, I want to thank the Passaic Valley Water Commission and the Governor's Office and our neighboring municipalities and all who was involved, particularly our fire department, our police department as well, who did a fantastic job reaching out to seniors, as mentioned before. So our seniors can reach out to us at 973-790-7900 as well, and we will deliver water to them. Thank you.
Thank you. once again, I want to reiterate that the four mayors and I, or the three mayors and I, want to reassure our residents that we are doing everything we can to provide relief. We can't control the repair aspect of this operation, but what we can focus on are solutions and solidarity. That's what we can provide for our constituents. We thank you for your continued patience, your cooperation, and we will continue to work until this is ultimately resolved. Thank you for joining us.